Look at the size of that thing.
I know quality when I see it. I bet you do too. Care to trade?
There's still blood on the cobbles, and yet those blasted traders are right back at it, flogging their wares. What happened to respect for the dead?
The man in front of you is clad in a ragtag assortment of garb. He looks up from repairing a battered instrument to smile and nod at you, one traveller to another.
Ho there, fellow traveller. Looking for some cheer to lighten the mood of this grim city?
Care to trade?
Don't I normally see you at the cathedral?
Yes, Callisti, I did indeed. Such a beautiful place, such beautiful culture. I look forward to going back someday. Well, Rav, at some point, long ago, I decided poetry had but two purposes. Look around you. You'll find fear and longing and desperation. What good is a bard's solemnity in a city besieged by void and divided by war? My privilege and my duty is to remind the people of Arx that there's blue sky and, of course, and glad to. My words shall lift your spirits, make no mistake. But I need to pay. What do you say, Rav?
The poet tips his floppy hat to you as he counts the coin you handed over.
Now, what poem would you care to hear? An old classic or an original verse? Take a seat, Rav. Make yourself at home. Give me a moment to clear my throat. I've walked this earth, each vale
I
and...
like your loot. Can I sell you a real one?
The city's built. And in each place I've come to find my surest friend.
My friend here has taste. Care to trade, friend?
Valuable artifacts, heirlooms and antiquities.
From my home in Alaroth, I packed my life up in a glove.
Real antiques at realistic prices. Who cares to trade?
Here I am to tip my cap.
Here. I bet you know the cricket's full of portraits. Want to trade?
Patience, my friend, patience. I'll get to the recitation. Sorry, Rav. I don't take requests. And why do you deserve one, friend?
My friend here has taste. Care to trade, friend?
Your style, I like it. So, how...
The poet tips his floppy hat to you as he counts.
Now, what? Take a seat, Rav. Make yourself at home. Give me a...
Care to trade?
Buy some stuff. Sell some stuff.
Your Grace, I'm sure you do not mean to
Behold
insult
the
me.
lizards, noble, graceful carriage.
I meant nothing personal.
Their social norms I never
Don't I
could
normally see you at the
disparage.
cathedral?
As slaves, their servants often are
I know quality when I see it, and I bet you do
They're
too.
still with
Care to trade?
They are rightly paid. Conformists fall in line. No genius rises. Ambition chosen, life of few
My
surprises.
friend here has taste.
Abandon
Care
love
to trade,
and
friend?
turn to worthy quests.
Want to buy some stuff?
Infatuation is but a pointless jest.
Those traders are entitled to make a living. Buying and selling. I keep seeing imaginary void walking around every corner. I don't know.
Want to buy some stuff? Want to sell some stuff?
The man taps his foot in time to the bard's tune, though he stills it as you draw near.
If you're looking for Kat, she's evaluating all of Kemms' antiquities. It'll be a while.
The man taps his...
If you're looking for Kat, she's evaluating all of Kemms'... She's an appraiser, and our boss to boot. You'll meet her if you head inside. If you've got anything she's interested in, could be she'll make you a good deal.
He looks around covertly, before turning back to you with a wink.
Could be a really good deal. Well, this is the estate of the, Venerable Kemms. We've all come to trade with Linda and his missus, but with recent events, let's just say they're busy. But Kat's inside. She'll come up with something. Good stuff, yeah?
Behold in the distance, noble, graceful carriage. Their social norms I never could understand. As
Yeah,
slaves,
Elsie.
their servants
I know quality when I see it, and I bet you do too. Care to trade?
Owls have been flocking in and out of Kemm Mansion all day. I suppose Lord Kemm is trying to...
I got real lucky when the Voidwoken attacked. I know some people that lost everything. Some, maybe, but most of us are here to trade with Kemm. He's tough to nail down. Luckily, our appraiser Kat's already made her way into the estate. The Kemms lost nothing in the attack, so Kat will try to convince them to share a little. She's our leader, and a damn fine appraiser too. Meet her inside and she might even trade with you. Hope you like what you see.
The man and the elf keep their voices to a discreet level, but it's impossible to miss the tension between them. They're...
What more to convince you? More Voidwoken? A plague? An earthquake? Arx is doomed. Our future is elsewhere.
Farron, come on. Where's this elsewhere that's better than Arx? This is the greatest city in the world. I'll leave it over my dead body.
Exactly. Your dead body. My dead body.
This place is dead. We can be together anywhere.
They fall into a sullen silence, neither of them willing to give in.
I know quality when I see it, and I bet you do too. Care to trade?
The man and the...
What more to convince... Pharaoh, come on. Exactly.
They fall into a sullen silence, neither of them...
Keep out of this.
This is not a good time. Please leave us.
I know quality when I
Mind
see
your own
it.
business.
Excuse us, please.
Care to trade?
The man and the...
What more to
Pharaoh, come on.
Exactly.
They fall into a sullen silence, neither of them willing to...
Keep out of this.
This is not a good time.
Real antiques at realistic prices. Who cares to trade? It's dark, and I can hear the water below.
The Doctor thanks you for your assistance on Blood Moon Island. In thanks, he offers...
Conformists fall in line. No genius rises.
The trader sways in time to the bard's tune, but stops as you approach.
Looking for, something... All done, then?
Abandon love and turn to worthy quests.
She responds with a nervous wave, and her eyes...
But a pointless jest.
Lady Kemm may welcome lizards into her home, but that doesn't mean I have to like it.
You're here on sufferance, lizard. If I had my way, you'd be on the next boat home. A word of warning. There are lizards in the house. Kemm trusts them, but I...
Yet another... My word, the mansion's positively overrun with foreign folk on this most
He catches himself and scrapes his throat in a brief moment of...
I do apologize if I came across as impertinent just now, and I hope you'll forgive my unabating boldness when I assume Milady has come here in search of an audience with either Lord or Lady Kemm. Oh, I meant, of course, the lizard excellencies that have sought shelter under this esteemed roof in the aftermath of... It saddens me to say there are a number of deaths to mourn, but no doubt we all rejoice at the survival of the nobles. After all, a mere clerk is so easily replaced, wouldn't you say?
Come out, wherever you are.
None of us are perfect, milady. Oh, gracious, her? I truly hope you are not in cahoots with that brazen peddler. Well, she's in the dining room. I'm afraid I can't accommodate you with the opportunity to have a word with Milord Kemm at this precise moment, milady. Milord left early in the morning in pursuit of business, and he hasn't yet returned. I'm not privy to the details of Milord's ventures, but I gather his outing pertains to his office as Grand Master of the Paladins and the ousting of certain firebrands. Unless I'm quite mistaken, in which case I once more apologize profusely, you'll most likely find Milord in the immediate vicinity of the Magister headquarters. The Magisters, in case my previous sentence lacked clarity, being the firebrands I alluded to. Lady Kemm is having tea in the drawing-room over in the north wing. I'm quite certain a person as obviously well-travelled as yourself... Yes, do please excuse me, for I've a party of dignitaries to attend to. They've an appetite for an aperitif, and the...
None to be found, and I'm not going to go digging a joke ready.
A blood rose bush. When not in flower, it barely stinks at all.
As you near the garden, the rustling of leaves and branches turns to an insidious murmur. The closer you listen, the
Source in the air. He must be near. Kemm. The doctor sends his regard.
The doctor has some explaining to do.
I'm ready.
yourself.
Healing!
I'm ready. Prepare yourself.
Glory is mine.
The doctor sees no one.
The bloom opens before your eyes, resplendent and regal. It emits a sweet, subtle scent, like that of a rose, though more intoxicating. The bloom scent ribbons towards you until it fills your nostrils. Your whole body flushes. You're sure you must be glowing, so deep does the warmth dwell.
Sorrow. Our joy shall be the God-woken sorrow. Our joy sorrow.
The unusual bloom continues unabated, as if parroting someone's words rather than speaking.
The advocate is dead. The doctor is in. The advocate... The prince. Take him. The prince. Take... The prince.
The flower has gone quiet.
Friends of the ring are destroyed. Friends of the ring are destroyed.
A yarrow, and carefully buried too. There's Drudenay growing in this yarrow. What an unusually large yarrow. This plant has roots of steel.
The frog blinks slowly, considering you with shrewd and beady eyes. After a pointed pause, he opens his mouth, flicking his tongue out to catch an unfortunate fly right from the tip of your boot.
Another blow-it, and this used to be such a nice neighborhood. Let me tell you, it was once majestic here. Kids rampaging in the pool, splashing about, doing Lucia knows what. And then there are the self-styled heroes like you charging in there, thinking they're just gonna cut down that demonic foliage with a I tell you, I've had quite enough. Quite.
With that, the frog turns his back to you.
The water rises and falls on Lord Kemms' command.
Now we'll see what Kemm was hiding.
The flower is withered. You bend to smell the bloom, but it has no discernible scent. The moment you finger the silky flower, icy darkness pierces your heart. The chill freezes your bones, then rushes free, leaving a single word etched within you: God-woken. The flower's beauty.
The water rises and falls on Lord Kemms' command.
Come out, wherever you are.
Come out. I saw Daddy with some weird-looking cat in the garden. I think he was even talking to it. He called it Archew, I think. Anyway, I asked if I could pet it, but Daddy shooed me away.
The Doctor thanks you for your help on Blood Moon Island. Some advice from him in thanks. Explore the...
Three owls in the enclosure stare you down blankly, fluffing their feathers and blinking in turn.
Jimmy, prithee wake thyself.
The owl addressed as Jimmy lies motionless on the ground, looking for all the world like he's stone-cold dead.
Aye, aye, buck thyself up, Jimmy lad. We are blessed with a visitor.
Spying some blood on Jimmy's beak, you pry it open to investigate. Inside, you see a human finger. A few sharp tugs, and you've pulled a severed human hand loose, partially pecked. You don't need to be a genius to surmise that Jimmy choked on his dinner.
Sir? Sir! Quit thy poking and prithee leave yon Jimmy alone. Our lad will ruffle up his feathers in his own sweet time.
As you gingerly pack the rotting appendage in your backpack, you have occasion to wonder, not for the first time on this journey, what in the void am I doing?
Deceased? Bunkum. Sweet Jimmy is just resting his heart.
Sir must be aware that one often needs a small nap after a large dinner, and Jimmy just ingested a banquet. Kem! Lord Kem! Finest paladin in all the land! Right, Jimmy?
A beak never goes empty for long in Kemms' house.
Jimmy? What is it we do?
Oh, blast and bother, Jimmy. Show some civility to our esteemed visitor, won't you?
Jimmy remains dead, uninterested in answering petty questions about the world of the living.
Fare thee well. We'll tell Jimmy you stopped by. Another visit? Jimmy!
You guessed it. Jimmy is dead as a...
Oh, he sure did eat a big dinner. Alicia saw him really...
Fare thee well! We'll tell Jimmy... Another visit?
You guessed it.
Oh, he sure did...
Fare thee well!
The spirit of the owl, known as Jimmy, hops heavily from claw to claw, squinting up at you over his bulging, fluffy cheeks.
I don't know what just happened, but I do know that I can't taste anything. And that is the worst feeling in the whole world.
The owl's eyes go wide and round as his roly-poly body.
What? No more treats from Kem? No more tasty treats? Indeed. And quite delicious it was. Kem always liked me the best. He gave me lots of treats like that. Those others with their fancy names he never gave.
Another visit?
You guessed it.
Oh, he sure...
Fare thee well!
You slink through Kemms' mansion with the alacrity that comes with years of thievery. You arrive in the garden unseen and lay your eyes on the pool. It's just as you hoped. The pool is dry. You enter the basin and reek, but a shadow looms over you. A paladin. You smile. You have a story ready for this very situation, yet when you open your mouth, no words spill forth. A blade swings, and your hand hits the ground with a thump. The elegant owl mistress glances up at you from her papers, a harried look on her face. She nods.
Yes? Can't you smell the fine aroma of owl shit? This is the owlry. Lord Kemms. Right now, I'm sending my fluffy friends to mobilize paladins to readiness. But Lord Kemm's a good leader, a good man. He'll protect us. I'm sure of it. I suppose he sent you for the latest news? Rivellon's a big place, darling, and all of it in a shambles. Where exactly do you want to know about? We haven't heard anything from Fort Joy in a good long time, ever since a group of renegade sorcerers escaped, killing Bishop Alexander in the process. I'm no fan of Magisters, not anymore, but I can't help but think that Alexander's death was unfortunate. Dallas is only making everything worse. I intercepted some Magister communications from there a while ago. Seems like their Voidwoken problems have decreased lately, but they're not quite sure why. Well, that's no surprise. Your kind of all three houses riled up in a frenzy. The House of Dreams are communing with dead warriors. The House of Lore drawing up new maps for after the war. And the House of War? Well, the House of War are in their element. The biggest news of the Dwarven Queendom is usually the location of the Queen. And guess what? Queen Justinia is here in Arx. She's staying right here in Lord Kemms' mansion. Good luck out there. You'll need it. Back again. Make it quick, I've urgent... I doubt it. That's probably just Jimmy taking a nap. That fat owl. He eats a lot. Poor lad hasn't been able to fly properly in months. Lord Kem feeds him too many treats. And who am I to stop him? Good luck out there.
The covenant can be severed.
The flower's beauty is betrayed by your memories of its sharp touch.
This plant has roots of steel.
An inscription at the terrarium's base identifies its contents as a wailing mandrake, a species you've not heard of in spite of your impressive scholarship. Not every detail is visible through the terrarium's hazed glass, but there is no missing the plant's trumpet-like blooms, perfect for catching raindrops, or insects, perhaps.
Holy gods, make it stop! I won't do much sneaking with this in my pocket!
Sorry about that, but it had to be done.
Kin hums a melody, one you recognize from long ago and far away. It reminds you very...
Is this... It's Butter. She said she'd wait for me in Arks if she ever escaped. And so she did.
Buying and selling.
Behold the lizards, noble, graceful carriage. Their social norms I never
My word, the mansion's positively over...
He catches himself and...
I do apologize if I came across as... Yes, do...
Day than drinking tea with friends.
You're looking well,
indeed.
my lady.
A fine day for it.
I do hope the Kemms might reopen the school. Children should not...
But, oh, a fellow noble. Such a dignified carriage could belong to no other. It's a delight to greet someone of my own station. Not that I would judge. People like them keep the city's wheels turning and its boats afloat. Magicians among us, truly. An afternoon of hot tea and warm recitations is the least I can offer them.
I hope everything is to your utmost satisfaction.
Every citizen of Arks gets at least one invitation to tea every year. We all deserve a taste of luxury from time to time, do we not? I may live in a resplendent mansion, but I still share my riches one lucky guest at a time. A pity my husband couldn't make it. He has his hands full, you see. Why?
Lady Kemm's bright cheeks fall and her jaw goes slack. She is lost in thought for but a moment, however.
But I think you'll find present company more than adequate. Tea time is such a delight. Yes, indeed. Why, a lady without a proper tea set is no more useful than a party without a hostess. As long as you... Would you care to try your hand at it? I have 3 varieties, each as aromatic as the last. I've no doubt you could brew a delicious cup. So interesting. It is pure and black, grown in the eroded highlands, yet you'd swear it had been mixed with ginger and honey. You like it spicy. I know you'll enjoy this sample so much you'll come back wanting more. Well, I cannot just go giving everything away, you know. Is there more to discuss? Oh, but you seem to be a bit feverish. Violent plants, that's simply impossible. Those seeds were a gift from the doctor himself. Perhaps you should see him, dear. Something is clearly ailing you. My husband? What is it? What happened? Black ring indeed. I'll need more than the word of some woman before I believe the likes of that. My husband may tell me little of his work and keep his secrets locked in the attic. But he's an important man. Discretion is... Well, do...
Come out, wherever you are. Come out, wherever you are. For heaven's sake, would you please... Oh, ever so sorry. I thought you were that rotten butler about to warn me once again to take the ocular, not the tactile approach. I swear I've a mind to beat him to death with the nearest dictionary I can find. Oh, do spare me. That little snob thinks me unworthy of being in his precious lord's mansion appraising his precious lord's collection of antiques. Just you try judging the state of a Vedistian armoire if you're not even allowed to rummage through its drawers. Oh, he's all blood and battle, all right. Until you show him a Ferolian snuff box or an ancient imperial fainting couch. Then he's as giddy as a cat in a field of catnip. He knows very well I'm the best in the business. Asked me to value his collection personally. I'm merely appraising the many antiques gathered in...
A roguish little smile suddenly...
What else would I be doing? Come out wherever you are. My, you do drive a hard bargain, don't you? Now listen closely. Rumour has it that Lord Kemms' mansion is built upon a massive vault in which he hides his true valuables. His entire house is but a... I've had no luck so far in locating this fabled vault, but if you do, I swear the entire hoard is yours. No question. All I want in return for this information is a trio of curios that is said to be kept inside. The portrait of the divine, the cup of kings, and the scroll of eternity. Everything else is yours. A most satisfactory arrangement. Did you find them? Ugh, I suppose... Why, hello again. Oh, he's all blood and battle, all right. He knows very well I'm the best in the business. Asked me to value his collection personally.
She shakes her head upon...
There are only whispers of a vault, and probably highly interesting and highly valuable. Perhaps even quite out of your league. Anything else?
Come out, wherever you are.
Can't blame her for drinking so much tea. Not with Master Kemms being the way he's been.
Come out, wherever you are. Come out, wherever you are.
No carrots, no thyme, no tarragon. I'm fresh out. Another one? How many more have you?
You one of those conchulator lizards, or whatever they're called? You might be a guest.
I can't have you refugees constantly...
Where to start?
Doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd hide a vault.
I want no trouble from you, lizard.
Oh, I bit the Master Kemms, I did. I could have sworn it was another man in a master suit, but it weren't. Now I'm in the doghouse like the humans say. I couldn't help it. I swear, it came all smelled like when the garden man cuts down a decayed tree, like he was using flowers to hide the rots. Only nudging and tail wag the next time, I promise. No licking, though. I don't want to taste the rot again.
What's this? I found something.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Look out! I see a trap
Look out!
nearby.
I see a trap nearby. Look out! I see a trap nearby. Look out!
Look out! I see a trap
I spotted
nearby.
a trap.
Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Careful!
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Good find. Did Kem write this, do you suppose? Or did he just confiscate it from someone else?
I'm more concerned about who the target's going to be.
Why would Lord Kem have a black ring mirror in his attic? Someone has taken a great interest in Dallas.
The surface of the mirror is smooth and unblemished. The surface of the mirror is... a vision appears. It wavers, then becomes clear. In the reddish light cast by flowing lava, you see a cave. You recognize it. This is the Sallow Man's cave. The roof has fallen in. Nothing there lives.
Lady Kem has been kind enough to host me until I can return to the kingdom. I vow to take greater care in whom I trust. I must seek to avoid further Kem. Linda Kem. All the better that he's avoiding poor Lena like the porcine plague, then. This rot has infected the very soil we tread and the air we breathe. Yes, the void closes in. It pains me to know the Black Ring preyed on my weakness. But I've already sent word. Yes? What about them? She was a scientist. She healed the... It was after when we came to Ark. A mother would do anything for her children. It was only a matter of time before the Isbel was certain that destroying Arx was the only... My mistakes will always burden my heart. But there is time for it. I rebuild. The Dwarven people deserve answers. They deserve a future. Farewell.
My esteemed lord, the Red Prince. You should speak to Lady Vikra, your highness.
My word, the Red Prince. A moment of your time.
What say you? Have we time to spare? Very well. By all means, milady. Speak.
It's about Sadha, my prince. I met her in our Empire's consulate here in the city. She is pregnant with your offspring, but in mortal danger as well. Voidwoken swarmed the consulate. Flames engulfed all. But even then, the Dreamers stood by her and tried to take her into the Sanctuary of Dreams. Go to her, your majesty. Find her and safeguard her. For her sake. Save Sadha, my prince. I beseech you. No less than a slaughter, my prince. Nobles from the three houses were gathered there in anticipation of Lucian's day when we knew not who she was. But Bramos told us the tale of the Red Majesty. No sooner had we fallen to our knees in reverence than the ground shook. Monsters howled for blood. Many a great noble perished in that sudden hell. As for myself, I'm glad I lived to tell the tale.
My. Unless I've gone quite colorblind, you must be the Red Prince. The lizard consulate is gone, I'm afraid. All that survives of it is what I managed to take. Best to sell anything of value. The voice of the ancient empire must still be heard in Arx, and our consulate may be gone. But I will not let us be reduced to utter beggars. I merely do what is necessary to fund our...
Oh, it was devastating, to be sure. But what good does mourning do for either the living or the dead?
How dreadfully crowded these rooms have become. One so yearns for the calm of earlier days.
Come out, wherever you are. Come out, wherever you are. Come out, wherever you are. Come out, wherever you are.